Blow our shofar. Before we have 3 minutes to blow the shofar and then light the candles. So we're going to go ahead and light the candles so we make sure we. All right. As promised from last week, we are in the midst of our. We are in the midst of the month of Elul. We're in the midst of the month of Elul. Joshua, you know how to turn. Go do it for me. You're in charge. We're in the midst of the month of Elul, which means we blow the shofar each day. And since we don't have a morning minyan, the tradition is in the morning, we're going to do what we can now. So if you will kindly rise, and I feebly did it last week. Jonah's been working on it as well. So we have 2 minutes, so we're going to blow the shofar, and then we already lit the candles. We can say the blessing over the candles following. If you remember, Tekiyah, Shivarim, Teruah, Tekiyah. Chad, Shnaim, Shalosh. Tekiyah, Shivarim, Teruah, Tekiyah Gedolah. Show off. Yes, very nice. Okay, you're done. Please put that. Put it back in the office because it's now about to be Shabbat. Sorry, they're running over people. And I need a volunteer to light candles. Anybody want to come light candles? How about the anniversary lady? Will you be so kind as to do that for us? Okay, good. So we can remain standing, and if you'd like to turn to page 4, 5, 4. I always forget which page it's 4 or 5. 4. Page 4 You will find the blessing there for our Shabbat candles. I lit them just to make sure we had them lit before the sun actually went down. Gladys. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Thank you. We're going to turn now forward to page 5. You are welcome to be seated as we join together in Shalom Aleichem. We're reminding ourselves again it's Shabbat, and having heard the shofar that we have 3 weeks ready for the holidays or so. Is that how many? We got to get ready. So page 5. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharei Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Boachem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Tzedchem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 10, you'll find Yedid Nefesh, our song that kind of gets us into the mood for for Shabbat in the sense of thinking about the soul. And it's actually a love poem between God and ourselves. And Shabbat is one of those signs of that love that God has for us in giving us the gift of Shabbat. So page 10, we join together. Yedid Nefesh Av HaRachaman Mishach Avdach Eretz Zonach Yarutz Avdach Kemo Haya Yishtachaveh Mul Hadarach Ki Erav Lo Yedidutach Minofet Suf Vechol Tam Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai dai Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai dai Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai dai Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Hador na'eh Ziv ha'olam Nafshi cholat avatach Ana elna rifana la Beharod la Noam zivach Az tichazek vetitrape V'haitalach shivchat olam Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai dai Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Page 11, you'll find the formal beginning of Kabbalat Shabbat with the series of psalms that get us into the mood for Shabbat itself. Page 11, we join together. Lecho neranina, lecho neranina, lecho neranina, l'Adonai. Lecho neranina, lecho neranina, lecho neranina, l'Adonai. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, nekadma fana b'toda. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina, l'Adonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina, l'Adonai. We finish up the psalm over on page 12 by the arrow. Arba'im shana kut bedor, v'amar am toy levav v'heim lo yadu drachai, asher nishbati v'yapi, im yevon el menuchati. You'll kindly turn to page 14 by the arrow. The heavens and the earth rejoice as they celebrate Shabbat as well, taking a break, as we all need. Page 14 by the arrow. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim. Thank you. Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yihiram hayam, yihiram hayam, yihiram hayam, umelo, oh, yihiram hayam, yihiram hayam, yihiram hayam, umelo, oh, yismechu hashamayim. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. You'll turn over to page 19 at the bottom. We've been reading this selection for some time now, on and off. It is at the very bottom of the page on the left side. You'll see it's from Beit Tfilah Yisraeli, a Sidur of Erev Shabbat, from a Tel Aviv prayer community. Again, it reminds us of our connection to our brethren in Israel as we read together this selection at the bottom of 19. Blessed is your coming, Shabbat. Blessed is your coming. Bring with you rest and peace, following a tumultuous week filled with so many demands. Bring the space in which, with others and alone, we can shape an infinity of dreams. Bring the hour of forgiveness in which to hear the pounding heart of another human being. Blessed is your coming, Shabbat. Blessed is your Creator. Blessed is your light. Amen. You'll turn to page 20 by the arrow. We join together. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Page 21, you'll find the 29th Psalm. As we remind ourselves to listen to Kol Adonai, the voice of God in the world around us. It's sometimes hard to hear that still small voice. Shabbat gives us an opportunity to do just that if we take some time to do it. So page 21, if you're able to rise, I'll ask for you to do so as we join together. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'os, havu l'Adonai kevod shmo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, kol Adonai b'koach, kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, vayishaber Adonai et arzei halevanon, vayarkidem kemo egel levanon v'siryon kemo ven re'emim, kol Adonai chotzef lavotesh, kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yecholel ayalot, vayechesof ye'arot, uvehechalo kulo omer kavod, Adonai lamavu yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai os le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. You are welcome to be seated. We turn to page 23 where you'll find Lecha Dodi as we welcome in Shabbat as a bride or queen to our midst. As has been our custom as of late, we've been doing the first two verses on page 23, hitting the middle verse on page 24, which, by the way, those words were echoed or actually originated by Isaiah in the text that we read last week for the Haftarah on Shabbat morning. So those words are familiar to us. Shlomo Alkabetz took them from that passage and put them in Lecha Dodi, arouse yourself or wake up. And those are certainly well-known words from the hymn that we sing. So page 24 in the middle, the last two verses on page 25. And as always, we rise and turn to the door at that last verse as we usher in Shabbat. So page 23 at the top. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmianu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor habaracha merosh mikedem nisucha sof maseh b'machshavat tchila lecha dodi likrat kama Hey Shabbat nikabela lecha dodi likrat kala Hey Shabbat nikabela middle of 24 hitoreri Kiva ore kumi ori uri shirda beri kevod Adonai Allah yechnigla lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela middle of 25 Yaminu semol tifrotzi V'et Adonai ta'aritzi Al yadish ben partzi V'nismecha v'nagila lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Boi b'shalom ateret bala Gam besimcha ubetzala Toch emunei am segula Boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela You're welcome to be seated. Page 27, you'll find the Psalm for Shabbat. We join together. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodod laHadonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, lehagid baboker chastecha, ve'emunarcha balelot, alei asor v'alei navel, alei higayon bechinor, mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodod laHadonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, elyon. Ki simach tani Adonai b'folecha ma'asetecha ro'nei ba'gadim asafim. We conclude the psalm over on page 28 by the arrow. Tzaddik tamar yifrach ke'erez ba'levanon yizkeh shetulim be'beit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun b'seva deshenim verananim yihu lehagid Ki ashar Adonai tzur velo havlatabo. Those reciting Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, you'll find it over on page 30. And those reciting, we've been, as we've been here each night, on Friday nights, we've been designating this Kaddish as one that we connect to our, again, our brothers and sisters in Israel, and remind ourselves, especially as we come towards our first anniversary of the October 7th attack, that we keep in mind those who lost their lives. And even as early as late as last week, we mentioned those the hostages that we found as well. We keep them in our thoughts and their families as well. So page 30. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah v'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam v'lomei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May be seated. All right, do you want about goats and chickens, or do you want about a guy named Asher? Goats. I think you might have heard this one before. So the disclaimer is, if you've heard this one before, sorry, but someone yelled goats. So this is the one we got. That's okay. No, I have a number of different things. We tend to do stories, some serious stuff, Friday nights, a little bit of each. And I have some words, but those are more serious, and I'm not sure I want them to sound political, and they're not. So we'll just do it with goats tonight. So how's that? So this week's parasha is Ki Tetzei, and as we're looking through it, it has numerous mitzvot in it which are concerning the behavior bein adam lechavero. This is actually a concept that is in the 6th and 7th grade curriculum. I didn't get to it last week, but it is the idea of bein adam lechavero. Those mitzvot are bein, between Adam, who's Adam, not Adam, but human beings, right? Because Adam was the first human being. Bein Adam lechavero. What's a chaver? A chaver is a chavura, right? A friend. So between one person, right, and a friend, between one and another is the idea. Between one person and another. It's a category of mitzvot. So how many of you have ever lost something? You all are going to raise your hand. We've all lost something. And how many of you have ever found something that somebody else had lost? We've done that before too, right? In fact, I think after the sisterhood, after the Mahjong tournament, rather, someone came running back looking for a hearing aid. Where is it? Can I find it? Or, did they ever find it? They were looking for the battery of the hearing aid. Oy. Okay, that's a little very, well, I don't know if they ever found it. But this is about if you happen to find a battery of a hearing aid, what do you do with it, right? So this is about the mitzvot of Hashavat Avedah, returning a lost object to its rightful owner. And it comes straight, really from, the principle comes from this parsha of Ki Tetzei, where it talks about if you see your fellow's ox or sheep has gone astray, you don't hide yourself from them. You don't go, oh, I'm just going to keep walking by and ignore it, right? You bring them back to the fellow, to the person, that if you know they have it. If the person doesn't live close by and the kitty cat ran all the way across town and somehow finds someone else, you know who it belongs to, right? You don't know him. What do you have to do? Then you have to take them into your own home. Sue has done this before, I know it. And then you have to, of course, be with you until you can get it back to the person that you know it belongs to. So the classic illustration of this mitzvah comes from a wonderful story about the rabbinic sage Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa, who had an interesting and comical experience while trying to fulfill this very important mitzvah. And you get the thing, it's about goats and chickens. Are you ready? If you've heard it before, it's still worth listening to again. So one hot afternoon, very hot afternoon, Jacob was walking home carrying a sack full of chickens. and he had bought them at the marketplace. He was tired, and when he saw there was a shady doorway of a house, he stopped to rest. Carefully, he placed the chickens on the ground beside him, leaned back, and of course he fell asleep. Sleeping, Jacob? His friend Avram woke him up. Come, let's go. Miriam has sent me to look for you. Don't you know how late it is? Jacob was so flustered. What do you think happened? Well, he left the chickens behind. Well, here they are in this bag. Cackle, cackle, cackle. Right? I don't know if they do the chicken noises, but they grew louder and louder, and they squirmed in their sack until finally they were able actually to free themselves. Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa, who lived actually in that house, heard the noise. It was his house where, Jacob had been sleeping. So he heard this, and he goes, those chickens sound like they're in our yard. And he runs and goes to see. His wife runs and goes to see. And when she stepped outside, she saw this wiggling sack tied with green rope near the doorway. What do I do with this? She said to Rabbi Hanina. Well, I'm sure the owner must have forgotten them. So what's the Torah teach us? Well, we have to take care of the chickens until we can figure out who they belong to and get them back there. So Rabbi Hanina's wife fed the chickens, gave them water, let them run around the house. No, not the house, the yard. Oh, and in and out of the house as well, of course. Yes, that's you're trying to be hospitable to the chickens. So one day went by. They figured somebody's going to come back for these chickens. Nope. 2 days went by, still feeding the chickens running in and out of the house, running all around the yard. Still nobody came back. 3 days, 4 days, still no one came back for the chickens. Well, you know what happened. Well, the hens of this group of chickens began to lay eggs, exactly. And the rabbi's wife brought the first one to show her husband. Look, we have eggs now, she said. Well, we can't eat any of those eggs, Rabbi Hanina said. They belong to the owner. He'll come back for them, and they rightfully belong to him. Well, even though the rabbi and his wife were very poor and sometimes hungry, they left the eggs alone. And the hens sat on those eggs, and what do you think happened? More chickens, right. They hatched active little chicks running around out of the house, in and out, around the yard, right? Hens, roosters, chicks filled the yard and the house, scrambling under tables and chairs while Rabbi Hanina was studying and his wife was cooking and baking. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cheep, cheep, cheep. You get the whole thing, right? It's from Music Man. Pick a little talk, cheep, 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 talk, right? Okay, so imagine that. That's what's happening. Sounds filled the yard and the house. 2 months went by, 3, 4, more. Still, the owner never came back for the chickens. We must do something, said the rabbi's wife as she scattered the last of the chicken grain around the yard. Yes, we must, agreed the rabbi, who had to study with his fingers stuffed in his ears because they were so loud. I know, I will sell the chickens, and you know what I'm going to buy? Goats. Goats. We won't have to feed the goats. They can graze on the forest floor. Well, you can imagine what happened. 1 year went by, 2 years went by, 3 years went by. Then one day, guess who was walking by? Jacob. He walked by Rabbi Hanina's house with Avram, his friend, and he stopped. And he said, Avram, do you remember the time I forgot my chickens and I couldn't figure out where I left them? I went looking for them. I couldn't find them. Couldn't find the right house or the sack. I remember, said his friend. Well, this house reminds me of the one that I stopped at, where I fell asleep, and I must have left them there. Well, Rabbi Hanina, who of course conveniently was standing by the open window hearing this whole conversation, comes running out of the house. Wait, friend, stop a minute. Come here, wait. What kind of sack did you say that you had left? So Jacob straightened up suddenly, startled by this crazy rabbi running out and finding him. Well, years ago, I know I left a large sack of chickens. I think it was tied with a green rope around it. Well, then I have something to show you, Rabbi Hanina said, and he led Jacob and Avram to the goat shed. Here are your chickens. You can take them with you. Rabbi, I hate to say this, said Jacob. These are goats. Rabbi Hanina laughed. I hate to tell you, but your chicken family grew so large that I sold them and I bought goats. What happens? So Rabbi Hanina, he says Jacob, you are so kind. I've never met anyone so careful to return lost things, said Jacob. What did he do? He tied up the goats, let them out of the yard with Avram. Jacob smiled and waved, and Rabbi Hanina ran inside to tell his wife. The owner came for the chickens, he called. "Oh, at last! It was a good thing we kept them for him all these years," said his wife. "But tell me, did he recognize them?" It's a great Talmudic story from Ta'anit. It is wonderful. It's a very cute story. But what does it do? It really reminds us that the mitzvah of returning things that have been lost by others really is a great priority. And in the Torah, and certainly by the rabbis as they told this fun story in the Talmud, and it reminds us that sometimes doing that mitzvah can be a lot of hard work. It's not always that simple. Few of us would probably bother to take chickens that we might find, keep them that long, and exchange them and buy goats and then return the goats. But Hashavat Avedah, this returning of a lost object, has a spiritual form too. And what's the spiritual form? Well, it's often referred to as, believe it or not, teshuvah. The spiritual form of returning a lost object, in a sense, is tshuva, right? Repentance or return. And I think it's especially significant, as mentioned at the beginning of the service, we blew the shofar. This is the month of Elul. It is our month of doing tshuva. It's our month of returning to the kind of people we need to be. Even if it's been years later, we go, I want to be better. I want to be like the kind of person I used to be. I don't like who I am right now. Let me see if I can return back to where I need to be as a human being. And we know it can take a lot of work to do that, to restore our spirits and our souls back to the form where it needs to be. And just as it was a challenge for Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa to get those chickens back to poor Jacob, it can be a great challenge for us to engage in this process of tshuva, of return, and of finding that right path and becoming the type of people that we need to be. So as we celebrate this Shabbat of Ki Tetzei, as we read tomorrow some of these mitzvot, including Hashavat Avedah, this returning of lost objects, and as we move through the month of Elul, this month, about 3 weeks left till we get the holidays, I hope that we can keep that story of Rabbi Hanina in mind, and not only as a model for the behavior we have with our friends around us, Bein Adam L'Chavero, but also as a symbol of the work that we need to be engaged with and must do for ourselves as well, the spiritual work that's involved. So with that, I leave you with that thought, with both a chuckle and hopefully a serious message to take home and think about as we move through the next few weeks and certainly through this Shabbat. So Shabbat Shalom. With that, we're going to go forward in our Siddur. And yes, you wanted a story. It always takes a little longer to do a fun story. So, I'll cut a little. Page 39a, you will find the beginning of the evening service. I'll ask if you are able to rise as we join together. Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai hamivorach, hamivorach le'olam va'ed. Hamivorach, hamivorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. We read together the English on 39a on the left side of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzevaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. Umavir yom umehevi laila, mavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai tzavaot shemo, el chai v'kayam tamid imloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv aravim. We join together, page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, Amachavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shachveinu u'v'kumeinu, Nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam v'ed. Ki heim chayenu ve'orech yameinu, ve'orech yameinu, ubahem nege yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. V'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, V'chol levavcha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol me'otecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom alevavecha, v'shinantaham levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, Uvlechtecha ha'baderech, uvshoch becha uvkumecha, ukshartam le'ot al yadecha, ve'hayu letotafot bein einecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha. We join together in the English on 41. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that is yours. These words that I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. We continue over on page 44, Umalchuto beratzon, leading up to Michamocha, 44. Umalchuto beratzon kiblu aleihem, Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael lechanu shira, v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam, Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe ze'elianu li'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov uge'alo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai gal Yisrael. Page 45. We read together our Hashkivenu prayer in the English on the left side, our prayer for peace as we end our day and pray for a brighter tomorrow. Together, allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ushmor tzeitenu vo'enu l'chayim u'l'shalom e'atav yad olam, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Page 46, we rise as we join together in Vishamru, reminding us of our connection to God through the observance of Shabbat as a sign of the covenant we share. Page 46. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Be'eni uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Chatzi Kaddish, middle of 46. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, b'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, bagala uv'isman kariv v'meru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam elal me'olmaya yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemei yekudisha berichu, le'elam mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'alma v'meru amen. You'll find the silent Amidah for this evening beginning page 47, continuing through page 52. As always, feel free to use this time for your own personal thoughts and meditations to add to the words on the page. Page 47. continue with Kaddish Shalem on page 54. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechonu v'yamechonu, chayedocho v'Yisrael, ba'agalav v'zman kari v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam olam me'almaya yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudisha v'yichu le'elam mikol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiram yama v'imeru. Amen. Titkapal tzoloton uva'uton dechol Yisrael kodama v'huni v'shemaya v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alenu yalkol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, imru. Amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, yal kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, yal kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, yal kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, yal kol Yisrael, yal kol Yoshvei Tevel ve'imeru. Amen. You'll kindly turn forward in your Siddur to page 173. There you will find our Misha Berach for our Cholim, for those who are ill. As we add a special prayer in thoughts for those who are in need of healing, whether it be spiritual, emotional, physical, healing for the world. This is our words to remind us of the work we need to do to make the world better as well, and to help ourselves heal and help others heal too. So page 173, I'll read the names I have here on our list. If you have any to add, we can, as we always do, go around the room and add those names. So this evening, as we prepare to sing our Misha Berach for Cholim, we keep in our thoughts Daniel Eliezer ben Tzvi, Shulamit bat Gittel, Yisrael bat Sipora, Shulamit bat Binyamin Malka, Devorah bat David, Dan Siegel, Daniel Rice, Gil Glasser, Ari Sanders, Ariella Alfieri, Bill Bucks, Lynn Alexander, Marjorie Morstein, Diane Hickey, Barbara Feingold, Harriet Siegel, Lori Kahan Simon, Nadine Hyman, Ed Tansky, Irene Friedman, Gary Kramer, Arthur Stone, Victor Alfieri, Francis Haber, Michelle Stupak, Caitlin Weathers, Danielle Santini, Julia Bernanke, Teresa Timmons, Esther Rowe, Suzanne Gott, Joan Klepp, Estelle Rice, Hannah Lipman, Gary Hutcher, Susan Aller, Megan Contigno, Natalie Kogan, Kelly Fenish, Rob Richard, Candace Dobro, Bernie Rowe, Danny Ashmore, Jenna Rickoff-Becker, and Deborah Rubenstein. And to any names we add at this moment. We keep all of them in our thoughts as we join together the far left on page 173 in the small print. Mishe beherach avotenu mekor haberacha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe beherach avotenu, Mekor haberacha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Refuah shlema to all in need. We turn back to page 56. There you will find Aleinu. Jonah, if you want to make sure the parochet gets open. Page 56, we rise as we join together. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula l'yotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, she'unot hashamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mimal, u'shchinatu zo, b'gov meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, emet molkeinu efezulato, kakatuv b'torato, v'yadat hayom v'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim mima'al, v'al ha'aretz mitachat einod.
ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. If you'll kindly turn to page 59 before we go back to our Mourner's Kaddish. Mention, of course, it is the month of Elul, and the custom is that we cite Psalm 27 each day during the month of Elul. It's our psalm of repentance, if you will. It's a reminder of the work we need to do, and that we're not alone in the work that we do of doing tshuva. Our God is here, our community is with us, and that's really what the gist of the psalm is. So if you'll turn again to page 59, and right in the middle of the paragraph, the top part of the page, you'll see in the bold print, if you can see it in this light, it's hard to see, the word achal sha'alti. It's about 8 lines down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 7 lines down. We join together. Achal sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Achal sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Shivti beveit Adonai kol yemei chayai. Lachazot b'noam Adonai ulevaker b'hecha הזאת בנועם בנועם אדוני ולבקר בהיכלו. If you look directly above the red line, red print, you'll see the translation. We read together, "One thing I ask of Adonai, this is what I seek, to dwell in the house of God all the days of my life, to behold God's peacefulness and to pray in God's sanctuary." The very bottom, "Lulehem anti l'rot betuv Adonai b'eretz chayim, kaveh el Adonai chazak v'yemei slibecha, v'kaveh el Adonai." In the English by the arrow at the bottom on the left side, "If only I could trust that I would see God's goodness in the land of the living. Place your hope in Adonai. Be strong and take courage, and place your hope in Adonai." We turn back to page 58. There you will find Kaddish Tome, or Mourner's Kaddish. As we recite Mourner's Kaddish this evening, we observe the Yortzites of, read the names of those whose Yortzites occurred today and the week that is coming. Deborah Schutz, Jenny Peterson, Esther Weiss, Solomon Tomberg, Martin Silver, Nancy Fetter, Rima Trepetin, Henrietta Gordon, Boris Trepetin, Max Karolitz, William Jerry Fetter, and Rabbi Jacob Schattenstein. Any others I might miss? We rise, those reciting, rise as we read our Mourner's Kaddish, 58. Yit gadal v'yit chadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach irute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam elomei olmaya, yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudisha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You are welcome to be seated. I think I have several board members here. Harold, you're listed, but I know you've done it the last few times, so you can pass it off if you like. Let Erica do it. Erica, yeah, she's missed a few of them. Let's put her to work. She's been partying at the beach over the. Do you want to go up, or do you want to do here? I've been told I have to have you hold the.
Oh, you'll hold it?
That everybody in La La Land should hear
All right. Oh, goodness. Oneg and Kiddush sponsors Friday night Oneg, Linda and Tom LeBlanc. And Saturday morning Kiddush, Harold Lefkowitz. Okay, honors for CBI's annual Aliyah Tzedakah drive are due by Monday. Honors can be submitted on our website or by the form that was mailed to all members. If you have any questions or need assistance with the form, please contact the office. There's religious school this Sunday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Hebrew school on Wednesday from 5:15 to 7 p.m. I have to make bagel bites. Book club meets this Sunday at 12 p.m. in the social hall. Pink and Teal Shabbat is next Friday beginning at 7 p.m. at CBI. The link to register is on our website.
Just to note, they just, for numbers, the Federation put up a link to be able to register. So if you walk in without registering, it's okay, but just so we have a sense of numbers coming. So
Okay. The TOI and CBI blood drive is Sunday, September 22nd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Please sign up.
Period packing party is Sunday, September 22nd from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. There's still time to bring in your donations. Don't forget, Age to Perfection is next Monday, September 23rd at 11 a.m. See the bulletin or the website for more information. And the weekly reminder, Sunday is Turning Points in Jewish History with Rabbi Cohn. It begins at 9:45 a.m. Sunday is Intermediate Hebrew with Fred Leffert at 11:10 a.m. Torah study class, Tuesday Torah study class with Fred Leffert meets at 5:30 p.m. via Zoom. Okay. Oh. This one? Anniversaries. September 18th, Michael Krause and Cynthia Connor Krause. And September 19th, Ken and Esther Pittman. Birthdays, September 15th, Irene Friedman. And September 19th, Nathaniel Shammai. And that's it.
And I know that Harold's going to want me to announce, if you didn't pick up your key fob, pick up your key fob. For those in Zoomland, pick up your key fob when you're here, not in Zoomland. I can't make them go through the camera. Sorry, Nira, and they won't go through the microphone either. Or the mail. Yeah, we're not mailing them, at least. So you'll get them now, or you won't have them till the holidays if you come. Either way, we have new key fobs. You need to make sure you pick them up. Another quick note, because there's a lot of you here that this will pertain to, perhaps. We will be getting out a note about our Yisker book, our book of remembrance. We've been trying to update it and can coordinate it with ShowCloud. You'll get either an email, or those of you get, none of you are here, get snail mail, but email, may get some phone calls, but you'll get an email to log on and update your list for what will go in the book. And if you have names to add, something that's not there, you can do that. If you have an entry that is not there at all, some of our newer members never got in there when we were putting it together. So that is coming. It'll be a fairly quick turnaround, but the most of the material is already there. The names are there. And we will be also including all of the names that have a plaque. Anyone who has a plaque here, so that will certainly be added to our book. And again, that's a way of remembering those who helped to found, in many ways, helped to found our community through history. So it's a way to tie ourselves to their memory as well. So just please be on the lookout for that in the next few days. And again, there'll be a quick turnaround to make sure that gets out. With that, unless there's something I'm missing, we want to go eat a little, nosh a little bit. So there's kiddush and motzi in the back with a little bit of yummy treats to go with it. So with that, we're going to conclude with a little bit of, we're not going to do Yigdal until we get to the holiday, but we're going to do a little bim and a bomb. But before we do that, we have one thing to do, and this is a Shehachianu for anyone celebrating, I think it's 26. Their 26th wedding anniversary. I had to put it up here because if I put my candy thing down there, you all would have eaten it. No, I got it. So we sent a little. Oh, see, you gotta have a Hershey's Kiss for an anniversary, right? A little love, a little chocolate love. A happy anniversary, which you celebrated yesterday, and I know your name was on the list from last time, but I thought, that's kind of silly because last week you weren't even, wasn't even close to 26. Here, take one, go, no, go. So let's join together a Shehachianu, yes. You do? When is it? March 29th? Yeah. Here you go for March. All right, we join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehachianu v'kiyamanu v'higyanu lazman hazeh. Mazel tov, and keep celebrating. It's a nice weekend to keep celebrating. Guys, stop. Stop, please. We join together with a little bim bam Shabbat Shalom as we conclude. Bim bam, bim 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 bam. Bim 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 bam bim bam bim bam bim bam bim 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 bam bim 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom, hey Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, hey Shabbat Shalom, hey Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, hey Shabbat Shalom, hey Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Let's head in the back for a little kiddush and motzi. will not be fun.